Is this thing on? Alright, hold on, let it all catch up. You know I got this slow broadcaster. Hello? People is crazy. Alright, can you guys hear me while streaming? Oh, hey guys. Hey Lorna. Hey Mika. What's up, Russ? Hi, Luciana. Hey, Tina. Tina from UK. Love your channel. Shout out to UK. Y'all, it's some crazy people on the internet, okay? So that makes this, the gift and the damn curse. Oh, you can hear me? Okay. Yeah, so I just wanted to respond. Hey, Nikki. Souls and Mission Healing. How you doing? RC. And there's a delay on here, guys. I'm sorry about that. So when you responded, it takes a while for everything else to kind of catch up. Hey, Nicole. You got that burp out, baby? All right. But if you guys got any questions, y'all, so it's some crazy people out here. Now, we didn't talk about Donald Trump, race, hair, everything else, but flat earth. That's what offends you? Oh, give me a break. It's so funny. But I have a certain element that I'm trying to get rid of. And the only way to do that is to tell them things they don't want to hear. Not that I expect everybody to agree on everything. I mean, everybody doesn't have to agree. But I felt that the flat earth conversation is relevant because I'm having a conversation with an audience that's not participating in the conversation. Some of you guys. Meanwhile, you have basketball players who are multimillionaires talking about flat earth. And guess what? Your sons are having this conversation at school and this is what they're looking at on YouTube. Meanwhile, people want to tell me that it's not relevant. And somebody said that if you're going against talking about science, going against what the Bible says. The Bible does not say that the earth is round. Science is telling you that the earth is round. This is how I know y'all don't be paying attention. How you doing, you and the little one? Thanks, Pamela. We're doing great. What's up, Kenneth? Now, that don't mean that the earth is flat. Who the hell knows? My point is nobody has the proof one way or another because we can't get a real picture. We can't get any real answers or any of that. So that's all I'm saying. It's worth it. Don't be the one looking surprised and didn't know this conversation was happening if they ever get to the bottom of it. Oh, thank you, Souls Mission and Healing. Love you too. What's up, Eddie Imperial? Hey, Atlanta. Stewie. What's up, Stewie? Kenneth said I'm saying. Yeah. What's up? How you doing? Y'all know it's some try to tell you this internet. Okay, so we're going to start the radio show on the 14th. My co-host has some scheduling conflicts, so that's what's taking so long to get that together. And on the show, we're going to talk about some of everything. We're not just only talking about politics or only talking about Donald Trump. You know, we're going to cover what's going on in pop culture, and I really want it to be interactive. You guys call in and give your opinions instead of just being relegated to a couple of to a couple of little small, characters trying to comment in these comment sections. Somebody asked me about Pizzagate, and then I'm going to get to your WikiLeaks revelations. Absolutely, there needs to be an investigation into Pizzagate. It didn't come out of nowhere. Hey, Amy. You can view Saturn's shadow on its rings. Sounds good, but see, for it to be 2017 and these people supposed to know everything, I don't want to see no shadow. I want to see Saturn. WikiLeaks revelations. Now, I heard some new WikiLeaks revelations were going to come out. Did some new stuff come out today? Because I haven't even gotten to that yet. WikiLeaks. What did any new revelations come out? Because from what we have, let me see. CIA classifies hacking document to avoid law enforcement attributing CIA attacks to the CIA. This is from WikiLeaks on Twitter. What's your beef? You already ate. Oh. Vault 7 Part 1. Inside the CIA's global hacking force. Well, didn't y'all just watch the movie that came out? The movie about Snowden. CIA classifies hacking document to avoid law enforcement attributing CIA acts to the CIA. CIA table denies malware techniques stolen and reused for malware in other countries. All right, so if you guys got some information on the WikiLeaks thing, share it with me. I gotta go and I gotta look into that further. Bet you anything Obama will go to jail. Well, one could only hope. One could only hope. Admiral Byrd, Operation High Jump. What does that mean? Is that a real thing? This is the craziest time in our lifetime. Yeah, it's pretty crazy. It is pretty crazy out here. So, yeah, I don't see Obama going to jail, but whatever. Where there's smoke, there's fire. Absolutely. Absolutely, there's fire. But yeah, I mean, in the movie Snowden, you get to see how easy it is for them to literally spy on you and everybody related to you, y'all. Even as a banker, if I have your account number, whatever, I can go into your bank account and tell you every single person that you are related to and what they got in their bank account. So it's that you're a lot of times we do business with people who are keeping tabs on you, keeping your information anyway. And then they turn around and hire all kind of people who automatically have access to your information. So that's just on the smaller scale. Yeah, you hear her, baby. She right here. By the way, I love your content. I show your videos to members of my family. Well, thank you very much, Nikki. Yeah, you heard the baby, Atlanta. You ain't tripping. She's sitting right here. New techniques on how to hack Apple, Windows, etc. Where are those kids' parents? Whose parents? Trump should hire Snowden. I don't see that happening. If you begin in California or anywhere from that matter and travel east or west, you will eventually return to California or your starting part. #rounds. Yeah, well, that's because, actually, if you go north from anywhere, you're going to turn into either the North or the South Pole, right? So what they're saying is that all that ice is around, there's an above and below, but it is the outer portion. That is the ice portion. Cooking chicken and missed the part of the party. I don't know. March 18, a march outside Comet Pizza. Oh yeah, Comet Pizza has some answers that they need to. They need to answer some questions. Operation High Jump is documented. I'm gonna look into that. Simo, thank you, Simo, for the compliment. First time I've ever been able to catch you live. You're the best. Thanks, Ashley. Hi. So glad you were able to catch me. And let me know if you got any questions or anything like that. I'm all about like the conversation, and when me and my friends or me and my husband get together, we talk about all kinds of different perspectives and why people do things this way or why people think like this and that kind of stuff. So that's what's interesting to me. Trump don't pay me. Nobody's paying me to come here and to tell people what they want to hear or stay online with, oh, I support Trump, so that means I got to kiss Ben Carson's ass. He knows better. And to be honest with you, if he was white, I'd probably be able to pull some more excuses out of my ass for him. But I don't have no excuses for Ben Carson. With that being said, if Obama said it, then this point was made in my comments that was very true. If Obama would have said that immigrants were slaves, the slaves were immigrants, which he has basically alluded to several times, then nobody would have said boo-boo. And how many times have I sat here and been having this conversation with y'all about slaves versus immigrants? Why am I having that conversation? Because I know some people don't know the difference, and I'm seeing that conversation happen amongst liberals. So for the liberals to be the one now talking about, oh, see, gotcha, they need to stop. I think that's why so many people are doubling down, or they think it's black. What's wrong with you? You hungry? You can't be hungry. Hold on. No, you ain't hungry. You just want some attention. Okay, I'll keep it short, mama. Obama can move to Cuba. I heard there's an empty bed on the Castro compound. Ooh. Amazon is embedded with CIA contracts. I believe it. I think this is why so many people are doubling down. Maybe they're being blackmailed. Is this the reason the transgender person was released from prison? Good point. Probably. Greetings from Houston. Nappy Happy Drum Major. How you doing? Shout out to Houston too. Flat Earth. Magnetism. You got to complete the sentences for me, dear, because it's a delay on here. So by the time you type it and I see it, I don't even remember what I said a few seconds ago. I'm just saying that they got a point. And I'm just saying people be making stuff up. And it's called cognitive dissonance when you make up things that are not factual in order to satisfy your belief system. So let's just open our minds to it. I did not make it up. And the flat earth people are not, it's like flat earth, people who believe in a flat earth are not just people winos sitting around here or uneducated people. I can see if it was coming out of pop stars or somebody who I know been on drugs. The people who are flat earthers are the people who are all into physics. So I just feel like to dismiss them entirely is a bit self-righteous. Your baby sound beautiful. You're a blessed woman. Thank you, Mika. She is like so totally cute. I think bashing the liberals only intensifies their stupidity. What do you think, Kiki? Tina, I don't know if we can intensify that level of stupidity because it's already on 1,000. I think they need somebody to argue back with, though. So there could be some truth to that. Maybe we should ignore them and see if then they'll go away. We need some petitions to prove Trump is listening. You want us to sign petitions on certain things to get him to respond? I think that the liberals are trying to co-opt this administration. They have interfered with our communication with him and the way he delivers information, and I do find that problematic. Even with them attacking him using Twitter, I found that problematic. I'm like, people talk to Obama all the time. He never said any damn thing, and I found that insulting. Good afternoon, Kiki. Hey, Blessed. How you doing? T-Jack. Greetings from Oklahoma. Fill me in. I'm at work. Hey, Alicia. Just random stuff, WikiLeaks, Flat Earth, crazy, what's his name? Ben Carson. Ben Carson ain't came to none of the Negro meetings. Shout out to Florida. Jeez. Thank you, John. Greetings from Motor City. All right. Seems like what's normal is made abnormal, and what's abnormal is the norm. Exactly, Russ, because we have the media controlling. The media tells us how to feel and tells us how to experience things before we've even actually experienced them ourselves. And then Eddie says GMOs are turning us into zombies. Very, very true. Shout out to Kansas, BSN MBA. Hey, girl, how you doing? She don't ever show cleavage. I still check in though. Who is he talking to? Talking to me? Who cares what Ben Carson said? It doesn't change anything and are only words. Liberals are constantly looking for verbal ammunition to justify their hatred towards the right. Absolutely correct, Kenneth. That's 100% right in terms of them looking for something. But I don't feel that in his conversation, like he offered anybody anything else to talk about. Like just as a journalist, and we just take the partisan out of it. He didn't talk about specifically any plans. He told a bunch of silly anecdotal stories that I felt like were completely unnecessary. And he didn't fully answer people's questions. He knew what they were trying to get at. He didn't fully answer those questions. So if I'm a journalist and I want something to write about in order to get people to click on this because they're looking for the clickbait, then that's just, it's too easy. And as much as they have been getting on Trump about what comes out of his mouth, for Ben Carson not to write a damn speech that was 10 minutes long and running by somebody, we cannot let that slide. Not to mention we have downright Satanism running stuff. Well, absolutely we have Satanism running stuff. And for the people who said, well, if you believe flat earth, some kind of way that's going against the Bible, the whole ball earth theory is surrounded behind pagan sun worship. So these physicists are saying we don't believe any of that. We believe that the earth is the center of the universe, which initially is what everybody thought. So we got to go back and figure out when did you guys change it? And the technology you have now, you didn't have then when you changed it. They was not looking at the shadow of Saturn on Saturn's rings when they decided to tell you that you lived on a ball. They didn't have none of that. Look into Operation High Jump. Admiral Byrd took an expedition of 3,000 personnel to Antarctica and discovered some things. And there's some videos of him talking about it. Oh, yeah. Now I know. Okay. Yeah. I don't remember everything, but now I am familiar. So yes, do look into Admiral Byrd. And basically, the government sent him to Antarctica, right, to find some stuff. And then he was supposed to go back and do a bigger expedition, and he never went. And there's all this secrecy about what was found in Antarctica. Now, I'm not a flat Earth expert. However, I have sat and listened to them for like 20 hours, so enough to be like they ain't all completely crazy. A lot of success lately converting triggered black liberals after I get them calmed down, says TJ. Yeah, you got to calm them down. Kiki-isms are my weapon of choice. Well, thank you. You got to get them to calm down to listen and say, hey, conservatives and the right are interested in America first, which is what ought to be most important to somebody who don't have no other home but America. Most black people don't have another country to go to or to be associated with. So therefore, for you to be worried about everybody else before putting a safety mask on yourself is crazy talk. Monsanto is a corrupt organization polluting the food tree, says Eddie. Yes, also true. RCP, hello from St. Louis. Hey, I used to live on Adelaide. What do you think of WikiLeaks and the CIA information just released? I said I got to go back and look into it more in depth because I haven't had a chance to read it entirely. So, but it does look like CIA trying to protect themselves. Trump is like Nixon in relationship with the media. Atlanta Light says, travel ban for Antarctica. No one aside from military personnel. Also, John Kerry was down there during the election. Also, look at the elites who are visiting Antarctica. Exactly. Flat Earth is an Islamic thing to do, says Peter. Okay. BSN, NBA. I'm good. I think some of these people pushing immigrant versus slavery thing, trying to lessen the impact of slavery by trying to bring up the indentured servants who work their way to get to America. Okay, white people, listen here. Let me just go ahead and cut the shit for everybody so we could just go on ahead and just cut the crap, okay? The reason why the Republican Party has a hard time keeping or getting black people onto the side also is because there are so many people who are speaking for the Republicans who just are completely oblivious to black culture, okay? Now, let's just hypothetically say that according to the dictionary, a slave and an immigrant was the same thing, hypothetically. Left for hypothetical sake, okay? That means for pretend, okay? Let's pretend. It still is not something you want to get up and say if you think you want black people to support you. Now, the HUD department is the department that we really need the most support, and I thought Donald Trump was doing a great thing by putting Ben Carson in charge, but it looks like Ben Carson is wanting to play to, he's afraid to say something that's going to anger the base. See? And we don't want people who think like that, because I'm going to tell you right now. Meanwhile, while y'all want Kiki to tell you what the hell you want to hear, and you know who you are, go on ahead and act like as if you can disrespect or not acknowledge slavery the right way and think you're going to have black people supporting you when it's time, election time again. You not. And I don't understand how that conversation is not what that administration is talking about. Now, he could have called Omarosa, but see, honestly, I think Ben Carson is arrogant. Because he could have simply ran the speech by Omarosa and we wouldn't be having this conversation. So it's his negligence that's pissing me the hell off. And let's see. They want us to rebel from modern and embrace the dark ages. Maybe. What's wrong? You don't ever be tripping like that. You want mommy's attention? Huh? Hello, BBQ. WikiLeaks is providing leaks all this week. Today, leaks said CIA is spying on us through our smartphones, smart TVs, vehicles made 2014 to present, and through our computers, both through Windows and Mac. Thank you, Stewie. And we know that, but that's good to have the proof in the pudding, right? Bad Wolf Linux, hello. CIA, Conspiracy Inducement Agency, says Peter. Yeah, basically. So the conversation is very important. Republicans should be spending. You have the base, and you already know what your base wants. Now you still got to protect our president, okay? And we have to protect him from having a Democratic House of Representatives. We have to protect him from having a Democratic Senate. How are we going to do that? Solidifying these votes. How are we going to do that? By making sure that you can talk to people of other Americans. Now, I don't think it's necessary to have to kiss immigrants' ass because they can't vote no way. So who cares? But black people do have a vote. And so it just don't make sense for you to be walking around here thinking that you can completely disengage from what black people think about slaves are not, see, Extremely Woke says slaves were not immigrants, they were refugees. Slaves is slaves, okay? That's it. There ain't no other name for it. If we get to calling it anything else, then people can misinterpret the meaning. He said they came here and worked for less. Not less, free is what slaves worked for hundreds of years for free. My great-grandmother was a sharecropper, so he cannot sit up here and get to making up stuff about history. This is why so many people who don't know what time it is. Trying to recreate the history because he doesn't want to make other people feel, he doesn't want to make people feel uncomfortable. And see, that's why I'm having these conversations about Trump and about race, because I'm going to tell you right now, if this goes on both sides. If we don't see each other as Americans and we don't start telling the truth about history, you know, first of all, they fed slave babies to alligators. This is why the damn slaves ain't immigrants. See? Now let's talk about that part. They didn't turn immigrants into bed wenches. They did not put didn't put immigrants together and force them to breed. They didn't take the children of immigrants and sell them to other people. They didn't sell immigrants to families to work for them. They didn't sell your kids, your kids' kids, your kids' kids' kids they didn't sell immigrants' kids away. They didn't make immigrants change their name. Maybe some of the, O'Reillys might have changed their names. Some of the Irish people might have changed their name or something like that. But they were not forced to. They did not lose or were not counted as a human being. Okay? Black people were never treated as immigrants in this damn country ever. So I don't understand how all of a sudden anybody can be confused about that part of the history. It's not debatable. See? So now, if you're gonna be clueless to the facts and that kind of stuff, and so my voice sounds like a robot, well, that's this damn situation. Okay, so if you guys are going to not be sensitive and not fully inform yourself about how slavery operated, then we ain't never gonna get along. Kiki, how do you think we can take down Pizzagate and other pedo rings and start the country over somehow, says Akira. If I had to answer to that question, I would probably be rich. I mean, it's a good question. However, it's so much corruption, man. It's so much corruption. It's really sad. WikiLeaks reveals CIA can turn your TV into a hot mic and control any modern car and crash it. We know that. We've seen them do it. Thank you, Duarte. This is something the left won't acknowledge, that those of us weirdos who have been sitting up on, this is where the alternative media part comes in. Those of us weirdos who have been sitting here, watching YouTube videos about celebrity deaths, very strange occurrences happening, people we believe might be related to Freemasonry, their family members being off in some strange places. We've seen some cars skid off roads with no explanation. So we already had an inclination these things were going on. Bad Wolf says they sold our kids away. That's exactly what they did. Yoki says, Kiki, guess what? We got 3 years of Trump, and a lot of people will be jumping over to the Republicans or Independence Party. Black people will wake up soon enough. I do agree with that. And what I'm saying here is, now, white conservatives, you guys got to be open arms and understanding and empathetic as well. See? Because if you're not understanding of our culture, then this is how you're going to ruin the Republican Party too. All right, Preach, can you break down this new healthcare program just announced? Did that come out? Listen here. I feel like I'm out of the loop today. I called myself doing a video on Chrissy Teigen. I talked to a lot of you guys that are new moms are going into it. And so it's easier to pick on celebrities instead of going after somebody else who isn't in the public eye to try to illustrate a point. And so that's where I was on with that today. But let me see, and I Googled it, it didn't pop right up. So what I'll do is look into this new healthcare plan. The new Republican health care plan is all inspiring and awful, it says. Oh, well, hell, it's the Washington Post. What is wrong with you today? The bill isn't a disaster, blah, blah, blah. House Republicans have accomplished something remarkable. They've written a bill that would make every program they've complained about much worse. See, you can't even Google, because here come the Washington Post. Republicans are going to take people's health coverage and health security away while increasing the cost and doing enormous damage to the health insurance market so they can give a tax credit to the rich. I highly doubt any of that. The Republican bill undoes ACA's expansion of Medicaid. And Medicaid's guarantee of coverage will be replaced with a per capita allotment and flexibility for the states, meaning they'll be free to reduce benefits and remove people. It replaces the ACA's insurance subsidies with a tax credit. This is a far less efficient and effective way to help people afford insurance. But Republicans are more inclined to do it because they like tax breaks. Well, see, that's not fair reporting, because Obama charged people for not having insurance. So in this one plan, you getting charged if you can't afford it, which you couldn't, and then on the other one, you getting a tax break, so you can go on ahead and pay for it out of your pocket and save you some money in the end. As much as y'all like refund checks, I don't understand what the hell the problem is. Tax credit starts at $2,000 for a young person to $4,000 for somebody in their 50s and 60s. If you think it's going to be enough to make health insurance affordable to low, middle income people, particularly elder ones. You don't know anything about health insurance in America, blah, blah, blah. All right, so I'm sure the Medicaid and Medicaid will still cover children. So now we're talking about grown people. While the tax credits phase out for the high incomes, before then, $75,000 for an individual, $150,000 for a couple, everyone gets the same amount. That's a contrast with the ACA subsidies, which are tied to your income and the cost of insurance. They say you won't have to pay over a certain percentage. I can't, y'all. I have to do my own research because the Washington Post is so damn slanted. In the first place, they won't just tell me what's going on without having to give me their opinion of it, which is everybody's problem in the first place. You want to tell people what the hell to think. Trump is trying to inspire free market enterprise. What you baby? Huh? You sleepies? You're not hungry. What's your problem? Hi, Julie. I hope it's not off topic. What are your thoughts on Danielle Bregoli? Danielle Bregoli. She fun. Danielle Bregoli, I think it's a lot of grown men that find her attractive. And I saw basically on her Instagram, she alluded to maybe having sexual relations with Kodak Black, which is a hideous ass grown man. And so that's kind of creepy and disgusting. And I think that's why we're looking at her, because these grown men are attracted to her. And that's what I don't like about the situation. Other than that, you know, sometimes social media just take off. But I certainly think that when somebody gets an organic kind of buzz going on, the powers that be won't let them just live like that. So that's why they're hounding her, following her around, trying to get her to sign a deal to do a reality show or something, so they'll have some kind of control. They already put one of their bouncers around her, you know. Marco says celebrities are easier to critique because they are less likely to be able to hide a scheme. Well, it's like when I pick on a celebrity, this person's been in the public eye for years, and I have some more background information as well, so I could paint a complete picture, as opposed to if you guys just ask me a question and I don't know anything about you. See, so like Chrissy Teigen writes this article about how she couldn't leave the house because she was so damn depressed, but her ass was up in the music video. It's hard to adjust when you're used to being on the go. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. That was a big adjustment issue for me. Sherelle says, I think she's going through a natural response. It's a natural response to motherhood. Exactly. Now, what if we diagnose everybody who responds to something naturally with major depression and gave them medication, which is exactly what's going on, which is exactly what's horrible. Russ says you got to go get going. All right, Russ. I have a feeling Mexican immigrants will self-deport themselves out of fear. This is already happening. You're right, Yoki, and it's already happening. Mexican immigrant kids will outnumber y'all soon. They will vote. Democratic States of America. I can't wait. Facts. Didn't they try to hide it with the Mandela effect cognitive dissonance? BSN MBA says, alternative facts. There are some people trying to rewrite history. Well, they've been rewriting history. They've been rewriting history, and it's pretty pathetic. O'Reilly is a good Ashanti name. Well, I had a teacher named Miss Ryan when I was in elementary school, and she had red hair, and she told us all about her family were the O'Ryans, and then they dropped the O part because they were Irish immigrants, and they didn't want everybody to know. So it's not that everybody has been treated with welcome arms every time they come over here and that other nationalities haven't had to deal with it. Hell, you learn about Rockefeller and how people used to try to go on strike and get their rights in terms of wages and stuff. And then Rockefeller ordered a hit on all these camp city of families. So, I mean, American history is ugly. It's gone down around here quite a few times. And this is why people, the people who fought for certain rights and to make this country what it is, should not be expected to automatically say, okay, well now after we didn't blood, sweat, and tears got this country together and we didn't fix a lot of these issues, now all y'all can come over here and reap the benefits. Statue of Liberty don't say that. Some people got their education on slavery from old Shirley Temple movies. Exactly, Peter. And it's time to, that doesn't make no sense for grown people to be that damn delusional. So go on ahead. Think you don't have to care about how black people feel about the situation and see what the voting situation is going to look like. I wouldn't advise it, because how easy is it to be like, well, I'm just going to be an independent then, since don't nobody know what the hell I'm talking about and y'all don't care. The issues that affect a black family are different from what's affecting an immigrant family. And when black people get jobs and money and education, we don't take our money and go hold up the damn line at the Western Union, sending it to another country. Okay? So you act like you don't know the difference between an immigrant if you want to. Who thinks the towers were blown? I think they were. Now, we know that's a controlled demolition. Hell, Building 7 ain't had no plane. And then recently, did you guys see the video come out? These kids are supposedly in college. And They have a videotape from 9/11 we ain't seeing till just now, 2017. At any rate, there's no planes in that video either. Now, I wasn't in New York, and like I said, I can't tell you what happened because I don't know. But I don't assume that people are crazy when they come up with a alternate theory, which is what we should call it, because a fact is only a fact if it's proven to be true, and it's true every time using the scientific method. So what the correct term should be is theory. I ain't mad if somebody got an alternate theory about what's happening. Now, if you were in New York and you were standing there and you say, I saw it with my own, I saw the planes hit with my own eyes. Well, that's a first-hand account, and that has more validity than I saw it on TV, because you know TV is fake. How much for a half and half, says Ohio. I have no idea what that is, sir. I'm sorry. Hey, Jay. Hi, B. Smith. Why can't we see you? Because if I turn the video portion on this thing, it's going to be even hard for it to stream or whatever, because I don't know. I told y'all, you got tech support. But if you guys want me to go live on Instagram, I will. I don't mind. Hey, Kiki, I learned so much from listening to you. Thanks, Maga. Hi, is it Rocio? How you doing? Thank you. Hi, Julie, Chrissia, Mom Biz. I hope this isn't off topic. Okay, yeah, we talked about Danielle Bregoli. I mean, she's 13, so whatever the hell wrong with her, we can't blame on her. The Republicans realize they have to grow, and they are embracing Latinos and blacks. I hope so. What do you think about Joy Villa's MAGA dress? I've seen a couple of her videos. I didn't see her speech that she did the other day, so I'll make sure to check that out. But I thought that was pretty brave of her to wear that dress. It's pretty cool. You know, I shared it on my social media so people could see it too. I fear for black people who take you seriously. Okay, well, hide under the desk or something. Make sure you cover the back of your neck. Peter says, always research everything. Marco says, by uniting Americans under the flag, we can better identify who to help. Outsiders are mad at our special club. Exactly. Yoki says, why are you trolling? I can listen here. I just need $1 for every troll. Chrissy says, get the IRS out of it. I feel like I missed a chunk of this conversation. That was probably really good. Let me see if I can go back and see. If someone's hair color is outside of the visible color spectrum, do they look bald? Gosh. Y'all don't have to entertain him. Ain't nobody paying no attention. Oh, it was a joke, the O'Reilly. Yeah, I told you it's a delay on here. So by the time I read it, you know, it takes the timing out of the joke. You need that part too. Ohio boy going in. I ain't repeating that. Is it Regine or Reginette? 2008. I'm doing good. How you doing? She said, what did I miss? We talking about Ben Carson and what else we talking about? Oh, the CIA and WikiLeaks dump today, letting everybody know the CIA is watching us. Sometimes I feel like somebody watching me. Look, I got cable in every room, 3 TVs, 2 laptops, an iPhone, iPad, and all of that. And they probably watching me on all of them. But what am I going to do? Get rid of it, throw it in the trash? So at least somebody is putting it out there. And so they can be watched. See? Now you try to play my president, and now y'all the ones in hot ass water. But what really matters is who's covering it. Let's do that now. Let's see here. Let's see what news outlets are going to talk about this dump. Fox News. Let's start at Fox, see if they're talking about that. Clearly a demolition. Yeah, it was clearly a demolition. Okay. Oliver Stone did a great series on alternative history. Oh, I'm going to look into that. Oliver Stone, alternative history. So on Fox right now, they're waiting on Paul Ryan to hold a press conference on the new healthcare plan. Yeah, it's like, first of all, they created alternative history or cute stories because honestly, if we told small children the truth about American history, that would make them cynical. And I think this is why there is a big divide also in children in turn. Now we're talking about in terms of race again, because my white friends didn't talk about race at home and it wasn't talked about at school. Meanwhile, at my house, I had to learn about how they was feeding babies to sharks and to alligators. You ever heard of Shark Island before? They didn't send no immigrants to Shark Island, okay? So if you still confused, I know not what to tell you. But look up Shark Island and see if you find any pictures of any immigrants there. Or if you only see slaves. But yeah, Oliver Stone, alternative history. So what I'm saying is, Christopher Columbus sailed the ocean blue. Well, we want kids to understand about the discovering of America, but we can't tell them about the part where Christopher Columbus is responsible for the death of 3 million people. We can't tell them all about the syphilis and them insisting on raping the women and having children with them and killing and slaughtering the men and scalping people. We don't want to tell them that part, so we're going to conveniently leave that out. Well, that allows the child to grow up and have a optimistic outlook on life and be trustworthy or be trusting of other people, and it allows them to respect authority. See, this is why as a counselor, if you have black kids that are having issues with authority, you want to make sure that you take them to somebody who is familiar with our community. Now, I have met plenty of white counselors who have done the work and who get it. I'm just saying that if you're dealing with somebody who is completely oblivious to how our culture operates, they will diagnose your child as having some behavior that's abnormal when really it's a healthy, normal response to their environment. If you just got through telling me that we were slaves and that they fed the African babies to alligators and sharks and I didn't watch Roots and all of that, and then you send me to school where all the teachers and the principal is white, why would I respect authority? Come on now. The Forgotten Group. Wait. What's going on? Nothing. I'm not trying to do any of that. Okay, my chat box is making up stuff. This healthcare plan better be good, says Yoki. Guys, I don't even read his comments, so I don't know why you responded to him. Okay, I lost my place because they popped up something strange on me, and then now I'm trying to get back to it, guys, so bear with me. O'Reilly. What I miss? Oliver Stone. Oh, Yoki says the Forgotten Group that will have a major vote in a few years is Asians. Most vote Republican, not Democrats. And that is very important. And I had no idea how many Asian people or different groups of Asians there were until I took my ass on a Cal State campus, okay? However, that's another conversation because there's a big cultural divide there too, and we know that Koreans have been able to set up shop in a lot of black neighborhoods, and it's caused a lot of contentions because just our culture, the way we communicate with each other is different. You know, Asians, they just come off very rude, and black people might assume it's because we black, but maybe they could just be rude in general all the time to everybody. That's quite possible too, because I have a friend who says she's Korean, her mom is a shop owner, and she thinks her mom is rude to everybody. So it's like, she doesn't, so in that case, okay, maybe it's not a racial thing, maybe some nationalities are closer talkers. It's just all different kinds of things culturally that people got to look at. Let me see. It was a hoax, just like Sandy Hook says. CJ, Democrats letting in Mexicans was an attempt to change voting numbers. Oh, and it worked. Hell, I'm a refugee from Los Angeles. You guys, I mean, if you guys want me to block him, I will. But I mean, if he got a point, then that's fine. But it's just like you chilling. He's just trolling. Okay. If Chrissy lived in the hood, she would not have time to be so-called depressed. Okay, so now, after I read that long-ass article, and I didn't put an update in the note, because I said, I got all the way to the end, and it didn't answer the questions that I was looking for, so I just assumed it was not in there. Oh, mistake. It was in there, and it was in the last paragraph, because homegirl didn't want us to know that her mommy lived in her house with her, and she got a nanny. So she shouldn't be sleep deprived. So I don't know. That's that Hollywood-itis. Oh, you want me to go on Instagram Live, CJ? All right. Hello, Elaine. You learn a lot here. You help because I can't personally keep up, says B. Smith. Oh, well, I appreciate the compliment. Eddie says, I don't do Instagram. A lot of people don't. Let me see. I'm trying to go live on Instagram. Okay, Lil Mama went to go watch cartoons. She wasn't interested in our conversation. She is so funny. She wasn't sleepy or hungry or nothing. She just didn't want to hear none of this. Society of the Spectacle. Yes, amen. They want to change the votes. That's exactly what they're trying to do. Pope equals Satan. High probability. My sister was only a few blocks down on her roof as the second plane hit. She has an insane picture of her and her friend with a gas mask on. No lie, it's on her Facebook. I have it somewhere on her Facebook too. Cool. See, that's what we're looking for. She was a few blocks down as it hit, and she has a picture of her and her friend. So, Julie, did she see the plane hit? Did she see it, or did she hear it? What do you know? What her what she says, or what is her theory? CJ says, "I am a black woman." Thank you for telling me that, because you see CJ, that doesn't necessarily mean male or female, so that helps. Thank you. Okay. If you guys want to see my face for whatever reason, or you guys are having a feedback issue, I'm on Instagram. My Instagram is LoveKikiGreen, LUVKIKIGREEN, and it's live now, so you can travel over there if you would like. I'm a black woman raising a black child, trying to figure out how to pay for college. Honestly, what is the best way to go about that without being in mountains of debt? Excellent question. Now, I got to ask you some follow-up questions. How old is your child? Is very important, because the advice I'm going to give you, if the baby is already in high school, then or already a senior or whatever, it's going to be too late. So I need to know how old your child is or what grade, and then I'll be able to fully answer that question. I don't want to tell you something and then it'll be too late, and then it's like, oh man. All right. Shout out to Vegas. Hey, Rocio. Meet me at the Margaritaville. Funny thing, Vegas is half Democrat, half Republican. Vegas has the largest concentration of idiots, too, so I don't know what party they in. C. Pell Grant Community College. I will never tell you to send your child to community college, so that ain't my advice. That's Eddie. Marco, Europe is the best immigration example. They're drowning in muggles. What's a muggle? Flat Earth, for real? Hey, I'm saying there's some really smart people who think the earth is flat. And I'm not just going to be like, oh, they crazy. Because my government likes to lie to me all the damn time. So I'm trying to hear what they got to say. And then the counter argument isn't giving me any, it shouldn't be a debate. The Villager Christian. Hey, Villager Christian. Check out my channel. God needs your help to spread the truth and the word. Is this the Villager Christian I watch all the time? Because these YouTube channels, a lot of times, all it takes is one little punctuation to make a difference. So let me see. Because there is a Villager Christian channel that I watch faithfully. You guys bear with me for 1 second. Diligent. Oh yeah, I've been subscribed to you. Just making sure you're the right person, because you know people try to use your name and stuff. So yeah, I am all up on it, on your channel, and I have not been collaborating with other YouTubers because for whatever reason YouTube is a cesspool of friggin' crazy. But for you, boo, anything you need, let me know. Okay, years ago we were covering the cameras with paper on our laptops. It's no secret they are monitoring us with electronics. Exactly. Oliver Stone All History thing was on HBO about 3 or 4 years ago. Julie, I'm certainly going to look into that. Svitlo is sure the earth isn't flat. Okay, fine. I mean, hell. Ask a commercial airplane pilot. Well, according to a commercial airplane pilot, they can't answer the question because their GPS signals are scrambled. And they make them take alternative strange routes instead of just going straight. So there's a conspiracy there too. I've sat up and watched hours on hours on hours of flat earth theory. Please, I've posed all these questions. You're going to have to come with better questions than that now. That's what Arabs want us to do. I don't know why you're going in on the Arabs or what you're talking about right now. So I'm just going to move on. Soul's Mission and Healing. Hey, Instagram. From Sydney. Hey. Serious One. Is that how you pronounce your screen name? I'm on YouTube Live, and then I checked onto the Instagram Live too because people were saying it was having a hard time hearing me. Can we just talk about Westworld? I have seen a few episodes of Westworld. I really don't like watching people get shot, so I didn't watch the whole series. But if it's got the T in there, I'll go back and watch it all. Trump wins again. Announces Obama spying. Lets MSN go full retard. Never go full retard. And make it the front page news. Then WikiLeaks releases CIA spying methods. Trump is a genius or has amazing dumb luck. That means that God is on his side. Conservatives are calling the health plan Obama-lite. That's pretty comical. But yeah, that Westworld, that was a trip. Then in the dreams, and then they could remember. Okay, so Westworld's a show on HBO. It's got a bunch of big fancy schmancy Hollywood people in it. At any rate, it's like a virtual reality well, it's reality, but the people that make up the community are like robots, and then people go in to play the game. So if you just want to shoot somebody or rape somebody, you got some want to play like if you wanted to play cowboys and Indians with real Indians and you wanted to make sure you couldn't get shot and die, then you would go to Westworld. And then the aliens, robots, whatever. The robots can't shoot you, but you can shoot and kill them. So these people started remembering what was going on, remembering what was happening playing the game. The robots was remembering, and then it was just way too creeped out for me to be trying to watch right before bed. But those are the type of shows, though, that hide a lot of clues, too. So do I need to go back and watch it, Village and Christian? Because I will. Eddie Imperio. Oh, CJ says, I make $50,000. I can't qualify for grants, maybe under my child, perhaps. Can I just say I'm your biggest fan? Girl, you educate us so much. Oh, thank you so much, Chrissia. Okay. What do you think about President Trump's backing of Israel? I'm thinking about the Palestinian situation. I think he doesn't really have a choice to an extent. See, I'm not sure about that. Why do you have a problem with schooling? Kiki, how to pay for college without being in mountains of debt? I'm a black woman raising a son. Any input on this? I do have input. I was just asking you how old the kid is so I can make sure I'm giving you relevant information you can use. Do a video on the Asian voting bloc. Well, if somebody in here is Asian, then holla at me so you can give me some perspective too. Because if I don't know y'all, I ain't going to just make it up. Eddie Imperial, I'm still paying back student loans, so I don't want that for my son. There has to be a way. There is a way. There is a way. Asian culture, sometimes people are very much like black people when it comes to family. This is very true as well. It's harder when we as black women have to raise our sons without a positive black male role model. Anybody seen Daddy? I've heard the presidency is making Trump ill and they believe he may not complete his term. Nah, he's straight. See, I'm looking for your age. I mean the age of your kid. All right, 13, 7th grade. Okay, you straight. Okay, so this is what you do. You got you a 13-year-old in the 7th grade. And you want to make sure that they are able to pay for school, that they can get into school. Okay, so the obvious would be, I'll give you a few different options. First of all, of course, think about, is this kid an athlete? Of course, a lot of people start there. That's not my only option, but I'm just saying. If this kid is an athlete, then you want to make sure they're going to the best school for that. Now, a lot of times people think basketball and football, but they give scholarships for volleyball and a lot of different other sports as well. And I was kind of lazy. When I was a kid, I was like, you want me to mess up my hair? No. So I didn't want to do any activities that was going to ruin my hair on a daily basis. And it was a huge mistake because I was very athletic and could have very easily got a scholarship, which would have solved a whole lot of other issues. Okay. The other thing, of course, is getting a scholarship on academics, but you don't have to get the scholarship solely based on your grades. Sometimes they give people scholarships based on the degree field they're going into. So I would say to look into different majors that are not field. Okay, for example, speech pathology. There were people at my school who are on full scholarship to get a degree in speech pathology. So now they're graduating with a bachelor's degree and a job, and they're making at least $50,000 out of the gate. Okay? All because they are getting a degree in an area where other kids are overlooking it. Because if you've never had to have a speech pathologist, then why would a kid even think that's a degree area field I want to go into? And then when they do go to career fairs, the doctors and the lawyers and the scientists or whatever sounds cool gets the most attention. But there's a whole lot of jobs that are very important or that are equally as important or more important even, and nobody ever knows what they are. So you kind of want to look for those kind of things. And if you go to like the Black College Expo is every year, make sure you go to Black College Expo. Now, when you go to the Black College Expo, and I don't know what part of town you live in, check their website, but you can go to Black College Expo next time it rolls around, and that's the question you want to ask. What degree programs do you guys provide full scholarships from? And then you tell your kid, okay, now pick one of these. Which one of these do you think is something that you would be interested in, or that you think might be in line with what their skills are? That's another option. And scholarship money. The other thing too, now this is for later on for high school. I didn't pay for any of my college applications because I went to USC. In a program called Upward Bound. So I did a summer at USC, and not only did we get into football games for free, and they gave us Subway sandwiches. I don't know why we were so excited, but that Subway sandwich and the soda went a long ass way. So anyway, they fed us, but they also paid for all of our application fees. Okay? So you want to look for some kind of programs like that where we did SAT prep, tutoring, and they pay application fees. What else? for some free school. Also with the grades thing too, there's a lot of scholarships depending on grades. You want to look and see who's giving scholarships for what benchmarks first. Like, for example, at Hampton, if you have over a certain GPA, you automatically qualify to be for a certain type of scholarship. Okay. If you have, I think it was over a 3.5 or something, you're automatically a presidential scholar, and they put you in the honor dorm and they give you your own computer or something like that. So if you see what those programs are that are available, or what type of scholarships are available depending on the school, then you can make sure that that kid is taking the proper classes that's going to qualify for them for that. And here's the other thing to be careful for. This is why I said, how old are they? Because your child is in the 7th grade, they haven't gotten to high school and started taking the wrong classes and wasting their time yet. You guys want to be very careful about this also. All right, so if you have a kid who you absolutely know is not good in certain areas, if they don't have to take a particular class, if they don't need it to get them into school, don't be taking it because it's going to make you look good on paper if you're not going to pass it. All right? A in English is better than a B- in AP. Even though you're going to get the extra point for AP, well, the school wants to know, did you take the AP exam and did you pass it? And a lot of time the AP exam has nothing to do with the class, and you have no control over what these kids are doing. So a lot of times people insist that their kids take AP classes and assuming that that's going to make them look more desirable to the school. But in all reality, if they're not excelling in the AP class, then it ain't gonna do you no good anyway. And so don't make the classes for your kid harder than it needs to be just because you're trying to make it look good on the application, because that can make the situation worse. And the same thing for when you get into college. Don't take calculus because you want to look smart. Only take it if you absolutely have to, because you can take it 2 times and after that second time you know everything about calculus, but the mere fact that you had to take it twice is going to drive down your GPA. So don't do that. Who else got some money for school? You know, of course, you could write to somebody and get them to write you a check and apply for scholarships, and apply for the ones, you know, when it comes to applying for scholarships, you got to apply to all of them because you never know. That's the thing with those. You never really know for sure whether you'll be picked or not. But if I know these universities are going to give these kids scholarships if they meet this criteria, then that's what you want to make sure that they do. And the best way to do that too is to make sure you have a good relationship with the counselors when they first get in it. Like, you want to talk to, and on the high school level, you want to find out as a parent about these different teachers. Okay, if you have don't send your kid in a classroom where a math class where the teacher's first language is not English. I would say take my child out of that class, because there's a lot of people who are math geniuses, but they're coming from another country and they don't teach the same way, that in a way that's helpful for American kids. So don't allow your children to sit in classes and suffer. Okay? Because at the end of the day, that grade they get, that is not only a result of their ability, but also it's the grade for the teacher's ability to teach too. So don't let your kids sit in classes and suffer. That GPA or what goes on that final transcript is more important than these teachers' feelings than any of that. My friend saw the second plane from Brooklyn. Thousands of people saw the second plane. Okay. Yoki says, that's true. There's plenty of Republicans in Vegas, but Democrats have a bigger voice. Vegas is it's pretty conservative on some things, but then like I said, it's just a big population of dummies here too. So, Yoki said, no way he's dying yet. I don't think Trump is sick. I remember the first reports on TV was a helicopter hitting the building. Oh, they said it was a helicopter. You can't confuse a helicopter with a plane. Hey, people on Instagram. Oh, okay. Hey. So I have CJ on my Instagram too. Okay, so cool. Do you have any other questions? Yeah, I know some people who have gotten a free ride, and I'm telling you, a lot of it came, hey, Kaleidoscope, a lot of it came from picking random degree programs, random. So ask these schools and in terms of picking a school, pick an environment that makes you feel safe. Your kids will always find fun. They're going to find fun. They're going to find them a posse. They're going to find something to do. Regardless of whether they're in some rural school or a big school or a black school or a PWI, it don't matter. A kid going to find a way to have fun. Make sure you leave them somewhere where you can sleep at night. Because I've seen some kids have some incidents that really traumatized their parents. I don't even want to tell you what they were because I don't even want to freak you out. But I'm just saying, I've seen kids go through some strange stuff, and their parents feel guilty because they're like, I left them there, you know? Well, thank you, Angel. You know, I got a lot of negative reviews on my Ben Carson commentary, but hell, Ben Carson ain't paying me to tell people what he wanted them to hear. Hell, he ought to figure out how to articulate himself. I went to an all-white school and I'm still paying them back. You know, these school loans ain't no joke. And also, avoid private loans like the plague. Now, if you got to get a loan, you get you a Parent Plus loan or something dealing from the Department of Education. When you get a federal loan, the interest rates are lower. And if you need to defer them, you can't pay them, fine. If you owe a lot of money and you having a problem paying them back too, I don't know if you've looked at repayment plans, but don't talk to somebody on the phone unless it's the Department of Education about your loans, because they'll charge you $700 to $1,000 to tell you what I'm getting ready to tell you for free. You can go on the Department of Education website and look up the repayment programs, get you an income contingent payment program. So if you're not making a whole lot of money, then your payments will be low. I'm talking as low as $0 to $12 or something like that. And then if you are making a substantial amount of money where you want to qualify in that way, you can make an agreement with the government to where you're paying them, you know, the same amount every month, regardless of whether or not your income goes up or down. Now, once you enter that agreement with them and get started, if you're working in a health-related field, a public service-related field, and this Obama did do right, if you are working in a public service-related field, then after you have made your payments for... Ooh, don't give me the line. Is it 15 years? After you've made your payments for a certain amount of time, they go on ahead and excuse the rest of the debt. And I don't remember what the period of time was right offhand, and I don't want to make up nothing. So make sure you guys look that up. Yep, I'm on it. Student loan forgiveness by working in public service, working at the school district. Oh, cool. Yeah, 10 years. You pay it for 10 years, and then they forgive the rest. So, well, that part is good. But yeah, scholarship based on degree. I think that's the best bet if your kid doesn't feel like. Now, here's the ugly part about getting an athletic scholarship is if you get hurt, a lot of times they'll take it from you. So that's no good either. Do you believe in the moon landing? Absolutely not. Marco says, black people stopped working hard and fell into welfare. Well, some people did. Do you know what happened between Jay-Z and Emil Whitehead theories? Do I remember? That's from Can I Get a What? What did they fall out about? I thought Emil just got pregnant or something and went on and started a family and like grew up. Like, I think that's all that happened with her. But I get Emil confused with the one Genuine married. Ja Rule. No, Emil is, can I get a what? To these fellas from all of my ladies who ain't got love for players without dubs. Oh my God, private loans are the bane of my existence right now. And that damn Sally Mae, bish, let me take out loans at 18. And it should be illegal, Sherelle. And you're absolutely right. It's ridiculous. Bombarded to Soulja Boy in record time. What y'all talking about? What you talking about, Willis? Emil left the industry because she saw Jay-Z for who he was. Oh, well, quite possible. I don't know why Beyonce would let him name his daughter Blue when you know Jay-Z's girlfriend was Blue Cantrell, the ex-porn star. So I don't know what's up with that. I live in a very small town, basically a drive-through town, and I would love to help get more housing availability around here because it's limited. Any advice as to where to start? And I would love to help get more housing available around here. Oh, you mean you want people to build up in that community? Because I don't know. I don't want to make up nothing. Who want to be taught by these libtard teachers in college today anyway? Well, I mean, the president of my university is Republican, and everybody was not liberal where I went to school. So, and then too, black schools are conservative for the most part. It's like black people be conservative and don't even know it, and that's the problem that we having. The coffees, hey, coffees, 10 years, but you also have to have made a certain amount of money in that 10-year period. I don't qualify because of how much I have been paying, which they don't tell you. But thank you for that information, and people pay a lot of money to find that out the hard way. And that part, that sucks, that they allow these predatory companies to take people's money, giving them free information. I like your points about putting music and arts and crafts back in regular school education. Yeah, these kids need something to do. You need arts and crafts, and you need a trade too. Cousin, good afternoon. Slay her nay. I don't even know who that is unless I do. Hey, how you doing? Not every kid was born to go to college. Some want to be painters and poets and jazz, but they got crack instead. Well, crack is whack. Yeah, that does suck. But college can help basically take you from being a teenager and being, relying on other people to being a self-sufficient individual. And everybody knows their kid and everybody is different. For me personally, I found undergrad to be the easiest thing I ever did. I'm not going to lie to y'all. I went to school on Tuesdays and Thursdays, even though I had 15, 18, or 21 credit hours the whole time so I can graduate on time. I had an absolute ball, and I'm not going to sit here and tell y'all that my nose was in the books the whole time, because it was not. Matter of fact, if you want to know how to graduate and still party your ass off and not get in no trouble, that I can help you with. Thank you for coming out for the flat earth theory. Nothing wrong with entertaining the idea and having a renewed debate about our place in the universe. Everything else is a lie. Why not? I can entertain it. Thank you, Tiny. That's all I'm saying. Why are they so mad at me? Employ people and pay them. Stop talking about Todd Willett. All I said was what you talking about, Willis. Stop talking about Todd Bridges like that. I actually went to elementary school with him. Okay. Hey. These people is funny. Okay, so hi people on Instagram. I'm on Instagram also. Love Kiki Green. If you're interested. Ever think humans can reach the moon? Well, we need to know. Is there a firmament or nah? Is the moon inside the firmament or nah? I'm not professing that I know. I'm just saying I don't know. And when I ask the question, these people ain't giving me good enough answers to satisfy my soul. I know ain't nobody going to Mars though. I don't believe there is a Mars or a Venus or Pluto or a Jupiter or a Saturn. I don't believe in none of that, personally. I think they made all that. I think they made it all up. All I'm saying is, if the Earth ain't, and for you guys to say, it's not a ball, it's a sphere. They didn't give us a sphere model. They gave us a ball model. If it ain't a ball, then everything else is a lie. If the glove does not fit, you must have quit. The sad thing is that black people have been misled by blacks who actually got a higher education. Well, and we can go back to the whole Du Bois debate and that kind of stuff like that. And I've said before, there's a whole group of black people that's really wealthy that don't join any of these conversations. They're too busy on a yacht. And their kids go to the best schools and they marry rich and they don't have any of these problems we're talking about. They silently vote Republican and move on with their life. Sad thing is they were not smart enough not to get played. I don't know who you're talking about there. The Bible says there is one, so I believe. Right, the Bible does acknowledge there being a moon. But the Bible don't. Oh, the firmament. Yeah, the Bible talks about the firmament. And even the moon is in there, right? But ain't no Saturn, Pluto, Jupiter, Neptune ain't in there. Mars, Venus, Pluto, Planet X. Is any of that in the Bible? No. Because they came up with this round earth theory at the same time. Rest in peace, Johnny Cochran. For real, though. Johnny Cochran's about to get everybody paid. True, no planet. See, I don't believe the planet thing. Well, because look how they spell it. Planets. So really, the planet is the plane that we own, and then the planets. It's just it's so convenient, and they just can't be trusted. So I just feel like if you don't believe in the planets, that don't make you crazy. Have you had any spiritual demonic experiences? Oh, you be making me mad about that flat earth. Marco, just don't be the one surprised, okay? If WikiLeaks dump a document next week that says they faked the whole moon landing and they lying that it ain't no planets and the earth is flat, then what you gonna do? See, so what I'm doing, making you mad, I'm helping to take some of the sting out of it. So now, if the glove don't fit, you must give up that shiz. Yeah, okay, so the sun and the moon's in the Bible for now. The question was, have you had any spiritual or demonic experiences? I have not personally had an experience where I felt depressed or I sat up and talked to no demons or nothing like that. I did see a figure came over my bed in a white glow. It was a woman with long ponytails and everything when I was a little bitty girl. Little bitty thing. I don't even think my sister was born yet. And I covered the blanket over my head and I prayed to God and said, whatever that is, I don't ever want to see it again because I'm too scary. You got to find another way to send me a sign because I can't take the ghost thing. And I told my dad, and he showed me a picture of my grandmother, and it was the same profile image and everything. So, there's something else going on out there. But I can't say I've been having a whole lot of freaky experiences. I don't play with Ouija boards. I don't play with ghosts. I'm not interested in your haunted house. But I have talked to people who have said that they've had experiences with demons or been possessed or whatever. You can see Venus from the earth. If you don't believe in Venus, what do you think is up there? The firmament, and then on top of the firmament is water. Maybe you can see Venus from the earth, but don't show me a star and tell me that's Venus. I want to see it looking like how it looks in them CGI pictures. The Bible also mentions the circle of the earth, but just because it's a circle don't mean it's a ball. And that's what we're trying to figure out. Do you think OJ was guilty? Now listen here. I'll talk about flat earth, but don't get me started on OJ Simpson, because I don't know. If OJ did do it, he has some help. I find it very strange somebody of his size would need to stab somebody that many times in order to kill him. So I think that somebody who was a much smaller build than OJ was involved. So whether or not he did it or hired somebody else about that, I don't know. But the story and the stab wounds does not line up with having an altercation with a big-ass football player, because he don't need to stab you 200 times till you die. A woman or a small person would have to do that, not a grown-ass man. So that don't mean he had nothing to do with it, but there's definitely somebody else at the scene. Study astrophysics. You can see Jupiter through a telescope. It must be there. When you looked at Jupiter, did you see Jupiter or did you see what they told you was Jupiter? That's my question I'm having. It's believed by some that the other planets may be referred as wandering stars in the Bible. Okay. In Job, they talk about Mazzaroth equals the astronomy. Job 36. I'll have to look that up. But the planets could just be part of the rest of the heavenly bodies, which they are. Also popular. I mean, all these things. I'm just open to all these theories. Any of it could be true. BP get way too much religious indoctrination while the talented colored tenth work with the colonizers who made their wealth off black brown slaves. Do you think Nicole Simpson was a sacrifice? I don't know. It's like, who knows? What's wrong? You got it? Oh, the cartoon's wrong? What's wrong with the baby? Okay, little mama's agitated, so we're gonna have to wrap it up, guys. But let me see. I feel like my point. The circle does not describe a globe or flat. Exactly. OJ was guilty. He was mad. Yeah, I'm just saying that I don't know that he was acting alone or whatever. Something strange going on. Do you ever check out David Banner videos here on YouTube? David Banner is a hypocrite. So he be right sometimes, but you know, even a broken clock is right half the time. Twice a day, I mean. Hungry times? Is we hungries? Let's see. I don't believe you're hungry because we just ate. Oh, yeah. They don't ignore me. I don't like it. Alright, come on, little mama. Talk to the people and wrap it up. Alright, so what were we talking about? OJ. What they don't talk about is how so many of Ron Goldman's friends died in a similar fashion around that time. So I'm just saying, whenever it's strange stuff going on, it's just like, who knows? A friend of mine told me it might have been his son because they were supposed to have reservation at the Sun restaurant. Yeah, that whole son theory, I've heard that too. Do we really approve of children being raped by adults because we sure as hell don't protect them from pedophiles? Ain't that the damn truth? Can you break down what the firmament is versus the universe? So basically, one theory is that we're in a globe, and so the firmament would be like the top of the dome, basically, as opposed to it being wide open and you could just take a spaceship out into the ethers or whatever. Okay, coffees, thank you so much. And yeah, we on Instagram, so if you want to see us, we're over here. But she's cute. Girl, women create every evil, even their own. Listen here now. We know boys commit the most murders, do the most drugs, do the most stealing, do the most killing, I mean, come on now. There's more men getting arrested, more men beating up on people. So don't come in here talking about women create every evil. Oh, she is cute. She's my little cutie patootie. Hey, T. The random cam. Hey. So I'm on YouTube live, and then some people were having some interference issues, so I came over here too. So that's what we over here doing. And make sure I get all y'all questions before I get up over here. Oh, thank you. Thank you, CJ. Flat. Wait. And then there's a delay on here also, so. Do we approve? Friend of mine. The ball looks like a circle from the side. Do you think Trump went far enough with Planned Parenthood? Should he just pull funding or play ball and cut a deal? They got lobbyists for days and media attention on their side. Oh, Mark said the world is flat, so there you go. Probably look. So tire broken. Should he pull funding or play ball? I think Planned Parenthood should be defunded. And what I don't like is that Planned Parenthood is like, why does Roe v. Wade have to equal Planned Parenthood? Why? Because we cut Planned Parenthood, does that mean abortion has to be illegal? Planned Parenthood is out here marketing abortions to people so that they can sell people's babies' body parts and put them in Pepsi Cola. Now that kind of madness we can't have. And yeah, I was talking about David Banner. David Banner is looking for attention. He's not very consistent. Aloha. There are some guys in the conscious community who are only doing it to get chicks. And I would say that he is one of those people. And I don't think that David Banner is necessarily wrong, but the issue is that a lot of the topics that he covered, is very clear that he done been conscious for the past 5 minutes, okay? You know, he's still having the baby surface conversations. He's not on the meat and potatoes part yet, so. Was OJ guilty? I can't. Every child comes from women. Okay, that don't mean that the woman taught him how to be crazy. Flat Earth Freedom says, wow, we create every evil. Wow, he know better than that. We know you boys be causing more trouble. The evil is when women reject the girls made in their image and try to overtly protect boys made in their deadbeat daddy's image. That's the evil. Okay, tell the truth and shame the devil. Watch it via YouTube on my 55-inch. I don't watch myself on my 55-inch because that would just be way too creepy. Thanks, Tina. David Banner said the devil isn't real. He wouldn't know. Did you see the Davis Seaman exposed? No, I did not. Please elaborate on that for me. Oh, David Seaman. What did he get exposed for? I watched his channel a couple times too. What was the expose? Somebody on YouTube always trying to expose somebody. They exposed me as being a transgender man, or how does it work? With something, whatever. I was born a male, and my real name is Kevin. I have been exposed on YouTube too. You can look for it. Check it out. They need some views too, so maybe you can help them out. You know. And like their videos since they're so desperate. But I have been exposed, child. So I guess everybody on YouTube getting exposed. David Banner is a poser. That's what I think. Women aren't making boys lately because they've been feminized by the TV. There's a lot of feminizing going on. Okay. In Instagram world, the random cam says, what news sources do you know and trust? It seems like all the news is fake. The last news source I trust is Alex Jones to an extent. I watch Alex Jones. I watch Fox News. I read different articles. If there's a topic I'm interested in, I look and try to see what everybody has to say, and then I try to pull it all together and see if I can make sense out of that. So, but no, you can't trust nobody. Know that? No, these days. Angel says no likes for me. Well, thank you. Women should always love their girls because she is the one that has and passes on the mother's mitochondria DNA. Thank you, girl. I was in the airport one day and this lady had a little baby and this other woman told her something hateful like, oh yeah, I got 4 boys and 1 girl and I can't stand her. I wish I would have had all boys or something. I'm like, damn. Keep that to yourself. Oh yeah, girl, my name is Kevin, supposedly, child. Society of this spectacle has been pushing Bitcoin and clickbaiting Pizzagate without doing any work. He wrote a book on how to cash in on buzzwords. Well, how is that exposing him? Because we know there's validity to the Pizzagate thing. Now, I'm not knocking a man's hustle. There are people who spend hours and hours and hours putting their YouTube videos together. I got multiple cameras in here. I got, you can't see, I got camera stands and all kind of stuff like that. I don't use it because it's too much. I got a green screen. I'll be in here all day trying to record something, green screen, cut, and all of that kind of overlays and chroma keys and all. I'll be in here all damn day. And is that more important? Is the razzle dazzle more important than the message? I don't think so. But if he has to do that so that he can afford to make a living, because that guy's got a lot of content. So I don't think he has ill intent. But I could be wrong. There are 30,400 untested rape kits in Miami. Every one of those 30,400 women wish those men weren't born. Well, I'm quite sure that a man don't just rape one woman. So if there's 30,400 rape kits, then that means that there's a smaller number of that of men who even committed the crime, probably. Laugh out loud, YouTube does the most. It does. astronomy, I definitely job 38. I checked. It says the word Mazzaroth later in the chapter. Okay, they're having a Bible conversation. But religion has taught black women to do the reverse, hate daughters and love their sons despite character flaws. Why do you guys blame everything on religion? How does that religion's problem that somebody may have gone to, may go to a church that has a culture that's not nurturing to their family? How is that religion's fault? I read Breitbart. I like Breitbart too. And Ben Shapiro, they're good alternative sources, I think. Yeah, I like Breitbart too. They be cracking me up though sometimes with the little headings and titles they use for stuff. Mickey drippy drippies. Yeah, me too. Fuego. Yeah, I read Daily Wire. That's good. I listen to individual YouTubers like Kiki for news and common sense rants. I do a lot of that as well. Different viewpoints are important. That's Instagram. That's cool. Oh, they said Drudge Report, why I can't talk? Info Wars. Yeah, we heard you were really a man. They so damn childish. That's all coming from me going on that little boy's show. I didn't know that he was the professional Billy Goat Gruff under the bridge. So, lay down with dogs, wake up with fleas. Look at this Stixie Hexen Sammer 666 Great Analysis. Oh, is that the name of a YouTuber? Check Lift the Veil or Titus Frost. Supporting Netanyahu and Soros. Kiki the green screen artist. Yeah, I'll be in here all day trying to do that. What are these fools calling every deep voiced woman trans? So, well, they are jealous and they are trying to bring any type of negative attention. I don't know what I don't even feel like trying to speculate. They're just ridiculous. I can take all that useless equipment off your hands if you want. I mean, I'm gonna set up a studio, but I want to be stationary. I'm not gonna set it up and take it down and set it up and take it down and set it up and take it down. I ain't got time for all that. Not right now. Okay, so what do you think about Kanye's involuntary psychiatric hold after he aired some truth at his show? I had a feeling something was going to happen to him. Pretty extreme penalties for wrong thinking. Well, it is very extreme, and we have to now. That's when you talk about supporting First Amendment rights, because do we want them to lock us up in a loony bin if we think that the Earth could be flat or whatever? Like, no. Media did that. Boys need to be taught by men. Men come from the struggle. The instant gratification society is strangling the strong man with a satin bow and drowning him in lemonade. Well, what lemonade, Marco? The issue here is that a lot of men, by a lot of you, I mean none of y'all, have no idea what it's like to be a woman. And so it's very easy for you to speculate and point fingers and say what women are and are not doing, but you have no idea what it's like to be a woman. And then on top of that, if the man is the head of the household, then y'all need to start taking responsibility, even if you don't have nothing to do with it. And since y'all won't do that, then that's where, whatever the problem is, it's going to stay that way. That's like the teacher saying, this class is out of hand. I can't get no control of it because these kids is all bad. Are you the person who wants the leadership role position? You want the respect as the teacher and as the leader? You want the respect as the preacher? You want the respect of head of the household? First thing you need to do is assume responsibility. Okay? So I don't know what you blaming stuff on women for, since y'all want to be in charge. Tammy, yeah, we already know. Kiki has a Tony voice. Because Eve is blamed for all the evil, and black men interpret Eve as being a black woman and not any other race. Now, y'all know, come on, help me out. Pastor that just died of cancer, or whatever excuse they gave us. Eddie Long. Eddie Long did a sermon long time ago, years before that scandal, on Genesis, and he highlights the fact that Eve didn't get kicked out of the garden. Adam did, and the things, and God gave her a warning as to. Than me. Oh, that's my Simpsons game. God gave her a warning as to what was going to happen to her, what things that she was going to encounter as a result of her following Adam out of paradise. So, maybe look that up. Alex Jones, I can't take him seriously. He seems to thrive off of people's fear. I mean, Alex Jones is turned up, but you got to keep in mind that he's on radio. He's not just on the internet. And so when people can't see you, you have to be really animated. And a lot of people only know him from YouTube. But just to give it a little context, if you're sitting in the car listening to talk radio, you want somebody who's going to keep you engaged. Kiki, they don't teach proper marriage in church because of money. If kids were taught properly, children would have respect for reproductive capacity from the womb. That's our whole society's problem. What really happened? .com is also good. It's a call-in show. Okay, thank you. I'll look into that, Rockshot. And Luciana Beasley. What do you think about the elite spying on our every move? We already know. Sometimes I feel like somebody watching me. Hey, Blue. Hi. Thank you. So to black men, Eve, and not the serpent, is responsible for all that's wrong in the world and their place in it, which according to Hebrew Israelites, they are cursed. They need to get their life together. And it's not all black men that think that way, but it's just a large enough population of men, period, who give the whole group a bad name. Just for acting like they cannot isolate events. If you mad at your baby mama, be mad at your baby mama. Your baby mama is not all women of all eternity of every woman who have ever been born before. That's the problem. And neither is your mother, ain't every woman who's ever been born. And the problem is some of these men got mamas they can't look up to and respect, and that's why they mad. Did you talk about a day without women tomorrow? I've heard something about that. I know I ain't participate. The teachers ain't. The schools are closing because the teachers won't show up. Well, miss your coin on this liberal bandwagon if you want to. I didn't blame women. I blame the media programming, pushing an immoral agenda. Right. No, you didn't. You didn't. You're not the only person commenting, Marco. We all are in the convo. Is that Cameo? Hi. Keeping it floored. Molecular disassociation. Please expound, because we was talking about something else. Althea, do you think it's cute Trump wants to take people's health care away? I'm recovering from breast cancer. This man cares about no one. How is Trump taking health care away from you in your own personal experience? Now, does this mean that because of your pre-existing healthcare condition, you can't get any other health insurance? We did talk a little bit about the healthcare thing, and when I tried to do a quick search, I came across the liberal article. So like I said, I'm going to have to really look into the whole thing and give you guys my synopsis after I do some research. I don't want to just make up stuff, We can't have a day without women because when we come back to work the next day, there will be way more extra mess left for us than if we had never taken a day off. Girl, you better preach. Hey, Michelle. Now, that makes more sense, but few churches teach that the serpent was really to blame and not naive little Eve. Well, that's you should all figure that out from reading the story too. But people have to read the Bible for themselves and stop looking for somebody else to interpret for them. Because you can read the Bible one way, somebody else will have a completely different interpretation. And some of these people just be straight up lying. And you don't want to be God-macked. That's when they use the Bible to pimp you out. People only treat you how you allow them to treat you, period. Rock says, I feel somebody's watching me. Eve wouldn't have gone for it if Dummy didn't say anything. Okay, well. Hell, if that ain't the oldest argument since the beginning of time. You okay, mommy? You falling asleep? Sleeps? Oh, she out. Black women are lacking the value of sisterhood, which allows them to empathize with men who really hate and blame them for all sin. Okay. Okay, so black women are lacking the value of sisterhood, which allows them to empathize with men who really hate and blame them for all sin. I think sisterhood is important, but I don't know why we need to empathize with men. Explain that a little bit more. Media programming, no one forced to get used. They do harm to themselves. Trump isn't taking anybody's health care away. Who tells him that? Well, that's what I'm trying to figure out. Oh, you guys are commenting over here. Ah! Spot on, Kiki. Eve was given a warning. Yeah, TBH, everyone is messing up the world. To be honest, everyone's messing up the world. The key is to work together and actually listen. I stopped watching traditional news when Lacey Peterson stopped stories started taking over the network. They're trying to cover up the real news by diverting our attention. Amen to that. Did you see Safari on the Wendy show? Listen here, I got it on the TiVo. Is he spilling the tea? Is it messy? Is it all the messiness that I need in my life? Because I have forgot completely all about that. Did he sit on the couch? Tell me more, tell me more. Did you put up a fight? I need to know. Okay, I'll stop watching. Let's see. Eddie Long was wrong. This is not the true story. The both were kicked out. All right. Have you guys heard of Ringo, Raw TV, and O'Shea Jackson? Yeah, I have. I've heard of O'Shea Jackson. All he do is hate on black women too. Because they're crazy. I love that you research the information you share with your viewers. Thank you. Remember to take your blood pressure medication when listening to them. That's all I'm going to say. Oh, I don't. I can't even do it. I'm about to listen here. This is the ratchet part of the show because we finna find out what's going on with Safari. If you on Instagram, you can see my screen. Oh, she was talking about The Weeknd. That's how I got bored and zoned out. I don't care about The Weeknd or his daddy. I like this red ensemble she got on. You guys, Nick Cannon's on YouTube now, if you care. He was talking about politics, and I saw this on his Instagram yesterday. I think he should pick comedy or like something, because it was heavy on the funny, but there wasn't any substance, so I don't really know what he was going for with that. But nor do I care. Where is the Safari? Ooh, let me see. Simmons and Trey Songz did something, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah. But
oh, here we go. Okay. I'm going to crank it up. I fast forwarded too far. All right. Oh, God.
Trash against
Juicy! Yeah, they're replacing it. Let's see here.
Situation, please welcome to our show, Safari Samuels.
All The Weeknd sings about is coke. Yeah, the substance is over. We finna watch this Safari interview. All right.
You are the show pony.
Didn't it? Didn't it? He looks just the nicest I ever seen. He don't have on a fur vest.
Yes.
Woo!
best apart because I would definitely have accepted the gold
got
and the
three.
fur.
I know everybody
He
thought
got
I was
three
about to
chest
come
hairs
through
on.
in a fur, but Messiah wouldn't let me. That's my stylist. He said, we can't, so I had to come grown and sexy, you know?
Yeah, but
Well, thank you.
So, all right. So, it's very nice to meet you. Thank you for being here.
Nice to meet you too.
How does it feel to be part of one of the biggest rap feuds in well, this year, and maybe a long time?
It's kind of hard to concentrate because this ring is really crazy. But,
I put in my work.
I know.
Okay.
But you know, it's crazy because my name just being in it. Like when I was on a flight when it happened, and then when I landed, I'm hoping somebody didn't die because I had about 300 calls and text messages of a whole bunch of people hitting me up, and I'm just like.
So did you okay, what Remy basically said was that Nicki wouldn't be Nicki if it weren't for you helping her write her lyrics.
Come on, co-host, get it together.
Lyrically speaking.
You know, as far as that whole process goes, you know, it was a collaborative effort. It's not like
50-50?
It's not like she doesn't sit there and do absolutely nothing, but you know, I definitely, you know, was a helping force in everything that had to do with creating music, you know, so it's not like I just was a waste man, you know what I'm saying? So,
Okay, so 12 years together and she became famous to us during this time. Did you help her with virtually 100% of the music that she...
of course, everything. Yeah.
Okay. And the sad part is that you guys never had paperwork together, but I also understand that. So now that you're not together anymore,
Instagram is
You
going to
wanna
cut me
be
off in
paid.
18 seconds,
You wanna
and
be
then I'm going to have to
compensated.
come back, just so you know.
It's only fair. Suppose you know, like, suppose you went and you worked on the Wendy show for a good 8-9 months, and then at the end of the 9 months the show blows up, but you didn't do paperwork with whoever the person who.
well, you know who he is, he's here, but I got this, we got a baby, and it's a whole different situation.
Yeah.
You know, you guys were together, and I'm not discounting you all's love, but there's no baby, you all were never married that we know of.
Nah, none of that.
And Safari, you know, as a businessman, you know, even if you didn't know in the beginning what you all were embarking on with this thing called showbiz, at some point, I would think that you would have opened up your own accounts and had your own money. Like, how were you compensated? What would she...
It's not like we shit. Like, I had my own account, but, you know, as far as how money came in, she paid me. You know, so it's like, I did work, I did whatever, and she was, you know, she was the boss of the situation. So.
Yeah. But you get nice cars and lots of diamonds and good suits
like,
and stuff?
I had everything I dreamed of, I had, but, you know.
She's denying that she owes you anything.
Well, that's, you know, of course he's going to say that, but, you know what I'm saying?
What's the number that you want? Like, how much money do you want from her? Because on Hot Topics, we said that you were suing her.
Yeah, but, you know, I had started a whole, you know, lawsuit and all of that, and then I just fell back from it. Just the lawyers I was dealing with. It just was a lot going on, just, you know, behind the scenes, where I just was like, you know what,
How much? What do you, no, because my thing is, what do you need to make this end? Because now I got my X-Man sitting on Wendy, and I got my X-Man on Love and Hip Hop.
Right.
And if I just gave my X-Man the money, you could go away and be creatively go,
You're a smart lady.
oh, thank you. Just pay the money and get off my back.
And it's like, I ain't trying to stop nobody's nothing. It's like.
What do you want? 2 million? 5 million? What do you want? Okay, you'll figure it out. But the point is that to pay you would be, like, why are you on Love and Hip Hop?
Well, the exposure and for, you know, how I portray myself on it, you know, it's good for me, and just expanding my brand, because if you're somebody who naturally is going to be ignorant, ratchet, and fighting anywhere you go, then that's just how you are. But I'm not going to go on TV and just because there's cameras on me, I'm going to start fighting people now. Like,
well, you don't talk about Nicki Minaj on the show.
No.
Though they have a Nicki baby.
Yeah.
Also Safari was also one of Nicki's hype men. So you hit the stage as well.
Yeah.
Why did you all's relationship end? You and Nicki.
Well, you know,
Look at here. Don't come over here and when you act like the cat got your tongue.
the last like year and a half, it's like it just got really different. And then
Different how?
we just grew apart, you know what I'm saying? We just grew apart, and at the end of the day, like, Meek, he had a lot to do with it, with me and her breaking up.
Okay, I'm going to help you along with this conversation. I'm going to help him along. All right, Safari introduced Meek Mills to Nicki. Safari was always the middle person, you know, to bring Nicki stuff to the table, so to speak, right? Mm-hmm. And then you felt comfortable enough with Meek that you actually said to him, look, well, you know, here's Nicki's number, just go on, you all working in the studio, you're doing stuff, everybody be professional, pow.
Yeah.
Rest of the story.
And then...
No, Nicki's last album came out.
Yeah, you know, but and the last album, whether people know or not, I was a part of the whole creating process of it up until the last month and a half of it, you know?
Okay.
Because in the last month, that's when we just were going through all the songs and stuff, and then I found out that there was 2 songs with him on the album, and I'm like, where did these
2 songs don't make a romance, though.
Yeah, but it just was, you know, I just had an instinct, I had an intuition that, you know, there was more to it.
So their relationship started, according to you, while you and Nicki were together. But you were no nice guy either. You know, I'm not an angel, I'm not a saint, you know, and at the end of the day, I wasn't 100% happy, and I already mentally was, you know, on my way out. So I just was like, you know, it was just a matter of time before I physically leave, so, okay.
You know?
So there was infidelity, and I guess that's why it ended. Is Nicki not a nice person behind the scenes, as I've heard so many times, including most recently with Remy Ma?
Oh, you put the shade room, that's funny.
Remy Ma, sorry. I've been around way too long. Tell me about her behind the scenes. Does she throw vases?
Nah, I've never seen her throw a vase before. But, you know, I can't speak about other people, but I just know, like, for me, you know, at the end of the day, that's somebody who I spent a long time with, and I don't want to, you know, try to do anything to pull her down, but it's like, at the same time, if I helped you get to where you got...
That's like, not answering the question. Does she need an attitude adjustment?
But I'm just saying, like, right now, it's like, I'm here with you, and there are people trying to stop me from coming to your show.
Oh, I know. Nobody wanted you to be here. You brought your whole family.
Yeah.
Which I appreciate that. Yeah, the Samuels are in the building. Okay. And the body. It's obviously stuff has been done.
I'm just saying, it's 2017. If you're a woman and you want to feel better about yourself, if you had a baby and your breast sag, or you want to make your hips look bigger or whatever, like, you know, I'm all for a woman who, if y'all want to, you know, make yourself look nice, you could do whatever you want to do. It's, you know, it's your body.
Would you ever consider getting back with her?
Nah.
It's over. The relationship is over.
Yeah, nah, not at all.
Yeah. Well, I hear she's in Europe, but we're over there as well. Is there anything that you would like to say to her? Do you think she's watching right now? Is she paranoid? How do you think she feels about this interview?
They tried to stop it, so...
Oh, her camp tried to stop it?
Yeah.
Oh.
So,
don't stop my hustle, honey. Really? I know you have a clothing line that you're working on, and I know that you have an album. He's an artist in his own right.
You're not going to plug him like he got something, but he ain't got nothing going on, girl. Stop. Goodbye. He makes this date to go talk to Wendy, but he's not spilling the tea. Spill it, Safari, spill it. He ain't got no tea. What he said? Let me go back and see what it is. He ain't got no damn tea. It's fake news, Safari.
His album's called Shoulda Been.
Shoulda Been Did It. That's my EP.
But is there anything that you'd like to say to Nicki right now at the camera? Go ahead. Go ahead.
Do what's right. That's it. Do what's right.
He ain't got nothing to say. Safari, what a punk. Probably went to page you. I'd have robbed you. Took your lyrics too. Video put out by Hollywood here on YouTube. I like Hollywood. I've been watching her for a while. So Nick, we were talking about Nick Cannon on the Instagram. Nick Cannon left that job so he could talk crap the way he wants to, and he could say the N-word and not feel guilty and all that kind of stuff. So he's got this new show on YouTube, and he's talking about politics and cracking jokes, and I can't really tell if the objective is to be funny or political, because I feel like on both he falls short. But I like him. I like Nick Cannon. My Instagram, where's my charger? My tablet died, so if you were on Instagram and it went dead, that's why. That's why. Take a peek at that video. Wendy Williams was talking to Safari Samuels. That is the ex-boyfriend of Nicki Minaj, the boyfriend she had before Meek Mill. So his name, of course, was brought into the beef, and allegedly he wrote all of her raps, and then he introduced her to Meek Mill, and then Meek Mill told Nicki that Safari was cheating on her, and that's how they ended up dating, and they did music together behind his back, and he feels that she owes him some money. Now, if a woman is scorned, she don't care about owing you no money and how much money is involved. If you broke her heart and hurt her feelings, you ain't getting jack. Even if it's yours and it's owed to you. So if he's not going to go and catch if he's not going to go and get him a real lawyer and take it seriously, then it's not going. Then he ain't getting no coins from her. A book that man uses to teach black women, ex-slaves, and mammies to hate themselves and other women who look just like them is the epitome of MK Ultra. My Instagram name is Love Kiki Green. I don't have Periscope because I only got room for so many apps. So I might upload the Periscope, but then I got to take it down when I need to put something else on there. Eddie said I'd rather watch porn. Well, okay. Looking for the video where Nicki, during her Bronx Butch days, said she and Remy Ma had relations. Oh yeah, I remember that. But I agree with Faith. He ain't spilled no tea on nothing, and I'm disappointed. Yeah, Blue said that too. Yeah. Ugh. Let me go get the link. He ain't dropping no real dirt. What's in this video of Nick before the surgery and Illuminati sex slut programming? Y'all are so funny. Yeah, he did. You suck, Safari. You suck. You suck. But I'll take what I can get from my free midday entertainment. But yeah, that sucked. He should have went in. But he said Nicki's people contacted him and tried to stop the interview, so maybe they threatened him or something like that. But she's telling on herself by trying to control what everybody else do. Oh, you found it? Okay, well, share the link. Share the link. I know I've seen it before. I forgot all about that. She looked a hot mess in that video, too. It don't even look like her. It looked like a whole other person. Alright, so I'm going to log back on to the Instagram now. Sorry, guys. What had happened was my iPad died. Share the link to that video in here for anybody else that might be looking for it. Girl 123. Hey Peter, thank you. And Willie, ooh, they don't be offering some junk on this show. Would you like wireless headphones or cheap jewelry? No. Do you need a backpack? No. All right, guys. So,